So thank you. This is the ANSC 6480 class, the Advanced Animal Nutrition. It's a graduate course at the University of Guelph. We've got 26 students in the classroom doing master's and PhD programs with lots of different animals. And we have 9 groups today. And that's the most we've ever had in this class. So that's exciting. And so we'll kick it off. So stay tuned and we'll get our first presentation up and running. Okay.
Hi everyone, so we're Julia, Jordan, and Isabella, and today we're going to be presenting our product Fresh Paw Kibble to you. So there are a couple of bags of kibble going around the room. Is anyone able to tell between kibble A and kibble B which one has undergone lipid oxidation? No, it's A.
Okay, so what if I told you that kibble A was stored in an airtight container in a cool, dark environment, and kibble B was stored in a warm, bright environment? You may say that it was kibble B then that has undergone lipid oxidation. However, there's no way to physically tell, and that's why we've come up with Fresh Paw.
Okay, so why does storage matter and why is it important? So just to start off, so when pet owners open up their new bags of kibble, they often leave the bag open or even move it into another container or other form of storage bin. So when this happens, this can expose the kibble to oxygen and increases the occurrence of lipid oxidation from happening. Once this oxidation process occurs, there are only a few indications that show that the pet food is unsafe for consumption. This indication is a specific odor that is prevalent in only a small amount of percentage of owners that can actually detect the smell. So therefore, dry kibble is best kept in its original packaging and resealed after feeding and then placed into an airtight plastic container. So Fresh Paw Kibble, so we aim to create a dog food diet that encapsulates anthocyanins. This will be an extruded kibble diet for all adult canine breeds, specifically being a maintenance diet. So there will be high blush blueberries present into the diet that will cause a specific color change going from blue to brown when lipid oxidation occurs. So therefore, we aim to create a simple method for dog owners to determine rancidity in their dog's food diet. And you might be asking what sets our product apart from others on the market. So currently, diets that are present in pet food stores, they contain synthetic antioxidants, where Fresh Paw Kibble contains natural ingredients and oxidation indicators. So just some background information before we introduce our product and how it works. So what is lipid oxidation? The process of lipid oxidation occurs when the fats and oil that are present in the diet come into contact with either oxygen, light, or heat over time. This then leads to the breakdown of polyunsaturated lipids that can produce hydroperoxides and ketones, which ultimately alters the shelf life of the pet food diet. If the kibble is then consumed when it is undergone lipid oxidation, it can have many health implications to the dog, such as altering the immune system function, leading to digestive system upset, degenerative diseases, and cancers as well. Then what are anthocyanins? So anthocyanins are a naturally occurring plant compound that contain specific pigments that can be used for markers of lipid oxidation, and it can be found in many food products as well. The use of anthocyanins have many benefits, such as being anti-inflammatory, anti-diabetic, and also anti-cancer as well. And lastly, anthocyanins alone are very unstable, and therefore they are susceptible to degradation over time.
Okay, so how does it work? So first the extraction, so we're going to use the method, the solvent extraction method using HCl or hydrochloric acid and methanol. And then that'll be followed by an ultrafiltration to concentrate the anthocyanin while preserving their antioxidant properties. To enhance their stability and facilitate application onto kibble, we will then encapsulate the anthocyanins into a biopolymer with whey protein isolate, which improves stability and product encapsulation efficiency. Moving into coating, we will first apply the anthocyanins over a lipid layer on the kibble, creating a visible oxidation indicator as structural changes in the anthocyanin cause a color shift. We will use a spray drying method to produce a stable anthocyanine powder suitable for kibble coating. Lastly, product efficacy will be tested using the T-bars assay to measure lipid oxidation.
So for customer convenience and for those who cannot identify the visual color change, we've developed an app with a color detection feature. This is the homepage of our app called Fresh Paws Kib. From the homepage, we can either go to the kibble scanner, an information page about the company, or frequently asked questions page. If you go to the kibble scanner page, you get this screen with instructions on how to use the function. Customers will take a picture of the kibble and they're then able to tap on any part of the picture and it'll detect the color and inform the customer whether the kibble is safe to feed. You can see here that when clicking the blue kibble, it comes up as safe, and clicking the brown comes up as not safe. Anything in between comes up as consider replacing. Going to the Fresh Paw About page, you can see there's an introduction to the company and the purpose of the food, an ingredient list, and the guaranteed analysis of the kibble. And lastly, for customers, we have the FAQ page with 5 questions we anticipate will be the most common and responses at a comprehension level that the average consumer should be able to understand. This is a breakdown of our kibble and the nutritional content of it. As we've already said, blueberries are included in the diet due to their anthocyanin compounds. There are other ingredients that could have been used to provide anthocyanins though, but blueberries have also been seen to improve digestibility. Other ingredients included in the diet to improve digestibility are dried beet pulp and brewer's yeast. These ingredients slow gastric emptying and increase satiety in dogs. Our diet is balanced to meet the requirements of AFCA, the primary pet food regulatory body.
Okay, so now going into the economics. So first what I have here is just a simple linear model. Within the first year, we expect to distribute to 10 to 20 independent pet stores, selling approximately 6,000 bags, so roughly 500 bags per month. And revenue here is determined by our $50 bag price, plus the monetary app revenue that we get. So assuming that all customers will download the app, and then times the number of sold units or like kibble bags. So that's down every column here where we've done that. So the price to consumers will be $50 per 5 kilo bag. The price is comparable to other premium brands that sell dog foods on average of $100 for a 10 kilo bag. Fresh Paw Kibble is a premium brand due to its unique detection of product freshness. So we picked a medium 5 kilo bag size because it's not too large for first-time customers, but it's also not too small for repeat purchases. We will also create a loyalty program with discounts to encourage repeat business since this is a startup company. As previously described, customers will download an app which will generate ad revenue further described in the table, with the average app revenue ranging anywhere from $1 to $10 per view. So we expect that sales will increase over the next few years as we invest in sales and marketing activities. This would include distributing free samples and generating brand recognition. So we could have a model that had a more complex exponential approach that would show annual price increases and potential increase in ad revenue. But this is just a simple one for this purpose. So this slide covers the cost of Fresh Paw Kibble. So the top row here is the revenue that was from the previous slide. Following is a breakdown of cost categories and an example of each. So it's our revenue minus our cost, which equals our profit. So overall, we expect to break even in the first year and then start making a profit in the following years. So in addition to sales and marketing costs discussed on the previous slide, we will also have direct costs, including the premium ingredients, so the high bush blueberries, and the manufacturing costs. We actually found a nearby manufacturing facility, Elmira Pet Products, which has over 40 years experience in extrusion to make our product, and they have a daily rate of $15K per day to rent their facility. So we will continue to invest in quality control of our products as well to ensure we deliver consistent quality. We want to avoid any customer complaints. So these costs will include a T-bar parameter assay kit at a value price at around $585 each. And then we will also continue to spend more in research and development into new products to expand our product line, initially adding another flavor since it is a chicken-based diet to start, as well as increasing logistics and distribution costs as we expand our product reach into new stores and other customers. Logistic costs include shipping as well as future consumers to buy online on a website. And so again, we have a 5 kilo bag of food and it's a retail price of $50. So for consumers, this translates to approximately $3.98 per day to feed roughly an 80-pound dog like Hazel here. And so this makes it a significantly more economical option compared to canned foods. Dry kibble is generally more affordable due to lower storage and processing costs associated with its ingredients, which may appeal to new owners or new consumers.
So to recap, lipid oxidation is the deterioration of fatty acids after exposure to oxygen. Fresh pot kibble contains natural anthocyanins that will allow the kibble to change color when lipid oxidation has occurred. This is better than existing products on the market because it includes natural antioxidant ingredients that improve digestibility and a natural indicator of rancidity compared to other products that frequently include synthetic materials. Our product will be linked with an app that will allow dog owners to determine the degree of oxidation for the pet. The ultimate goal of this product is to reduce instances of feeding rancid kibble, thereby improving overall dog health. We can't wait for your dog to try fresh pot kibble soon. And so far, our tests run dogs can't get enough of fresh pot kibble.
Hi everyone, my name is Oluwatayo and I have Jason and Tina here. So today we'll be introducing our product called LipoPol, which is a lipid monitor. Moving on. This is the background. So hypolipidemia is a condition where there's elevated blood levels in dogs commonly and humans in general. That's how we define that. And this condition is common in dogs like the poodles and the beagles. Alongside, when you want to detect this condition, you find out that your dogs probably have a condition of diabetics or probably hypothyroidism. So our solution, we've tried to develop or come up with a product called LipoPulse, which is going to measure cholesterol levels in dogs. It's more like a sensor which is placed at the back of the neck of your dog, which is going to measure the cholesterol level from time to time and tell you and track, analyze, and tell you the density and also composition. How it works, it's going to monitor the blood lipid levels, generally send updates to you and your veterinary doctor if in case you want to share this result with your veterinary doctor. And also it would help you catch early symptoms. So that's if your dog is coming up with these conditions, you tend to know earlier than probably it's been way severe than usual. And the why our product tends to matter is because early detection is timely action. So your furry friends can stay with you for the rest of their lives and you don't have to lose them. So with this, I'll give the next presenter.
Okay, so cholesterol metabolism in dogs. So cholesterol plays a vital role in maintaining cell membrane integrity and ensuring proper structure and function. It also serves as a precursor for steroid hormones, including cortisol and sex hormones, which regulates many physiological processes in the body. It is also essential to produce bile acids, which aid in fat digestion and help in the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. So canine cholesterol metabolism is influenced by factors such as age, breed. So puppies and breeds like Rottweilers tend to have naturally higher cholesterol levels. A diet and other health conditions like diabetes mellitus and hyperthyroidism can also disrupt normal lipoprotein metabolism. And for health conditions, dogs efficiently absorb cholesterol with an absorption rate of 81% on a moderate intake, but they reduce to 43 to 51% when they're on high cholesterol diets. And regulation in dogs is managed through increased bile acid formation, excretion, and along with suppression of cholesterol synthesis when dietary cholesterol is high. So the digestion happens in the small intestine where bile acid emulsifies fat, making them easier to absorb. The absorbed cholesterol is transported to the liver, but not all dietary cholesterol is absorbed and some are excreted. The cholesterol content in dog food varies, but is typically not a concern unless the dog has an underlying health condition. The normal cholesterol range in dogs is usually 120 to 270 milligrams per deciliter of blood, and high-fat diets can contribute to elevated cholesterol levels, making a balanced diet essential. Causes and signs. So, as we said, like hyperlipidemia refers to elevated levels of cholesterol and triglycerides in the blood, and while traditionally considered less serious in dogs than in humans, recent studies have linked it to a broader range of diseases, and it now requires systematic diagnosis and appropriate management. So it may result from genetic predisposition. So like if you're a miniature Schnauzer, Shetland dogs, Beagles, etc., they have a tendency to become hyperlipidemic. Medications can also increase levels. Underlying diseases such as hyperthyroidism and diabetes is also a factor. And also if your dog has a diet that's high in fat. So signs of high cholesterol are ophthalmic changes. So like in the eyes, there's like lipid spots on the cornea, which lead to inflammation. There's also gastrointestinal issues like vomiting, diarrhea. There's neurological problems such as seizures, hair loss, skin changes. And though rare, arteriosclerosis can occur, and which can lead to other cardiovascular issues. And so to diagnose this, it would be like regular blood tests are crucial for monitoring cholesterol levels. And if a fasted blood sample shows normal cholesterol levels, abnormal cholesterol levels, then dietary management is usually recommended. If it's severe, then they would go straight to medication. Other treatments include a low-fat diet with high fiber, weight management through controlled calorie intake, mental stimulation and increased physical activity. Fish oil supplements have also been shown to help with the inflammation caused by cholesterol and lower cholesterol. So the big thing is you want to start with preventative care because a cholesterol balance equals a healthier, longer living dog.
Correct. My turn. All right. So here I want to represent like the health and market opportunity. So in total, it's around 1.43% of dogs suffer from a combination of diabetes, hypothyroidism, and Cushing's disease. And these conditions often lead to hyperlipidemia, which is a serious issue as we've highlighted before. So in North America, there's around 88 million dogs in the US alone and 7.4 million dogs in Canada. But because of certain things that are going on right now, we're going to focus primarily on Canada. So if 1.43% of dogs are suffering these conditions, then it's estimated that about 100,000 dogs in Canada are suffering from diseases linked to hyperlipidemia. And we believe that within the first year of our company, 20% of dogs suffering from hyperlipidemia will start using LipoPop. The main thing I want to focus on is the sensor sales. If you're really into boxes, you can look at the boxes. I calculated this for way too long to not show it, but for now, we're just going to focus on the sales. So each of the sensors costs $45 and the monitor costs $40. So the sensors are required to be replaced every 2 months, which is why it's around 21,000 units, which will be sold every 2 months. So there will be about 130,000 sensors per year, which is going to be about $5.7 billion. And then the monitor sales, since it's only a one-time purchase, I assume that it would just be the same amount, just not every 2 months, just once. So again, 21,000 and for a total of 846,000. So our total revenue is about 6.5 million within the first year. But because the government are hacks, we're going to lose half of that. So it's going to be about 3.2 million. And then within our daily output, we're going to have 350 sensors per day and about 100 monitors per day. Now for the factory and warehouse, we've actually found both physical factory and a physical warehouse that are about 10 kilometers away from each other in Toronto. So it's pretty central and good for the market. And our factory lease is going to be about 96,000 a year. And our warehouse lease is rather cheap with only 8,500 a year. Our staffing costs, we want 21 employees. They're going to be paid $22 an hour. The going rate is 17, but I don't really think that's super fair. You know, we want good workers, not just any workers. So it's going to be about $960,000 per year for those. And then 2 managers as well being paid around $90,000 per year each. Now for operations and maintenance, maintenance is approximated about 10% of the budget. So it's going to be 150,000. And utilities, we assume to be about 300,000 per year. Raw materials, again, 10% of production, similar to maintenance. And the equipment will be a one-time purchase of $135,000. Shipping materials, you have the prices for the boxes here, the small boxes, which is what the monitors and sensors are going to go into. And then the large boxes, which the small boxes are going to go inside of. And then, so our tech and software, we have to also develop our app. So it's going to be one time of $150,000, but app maintenance usually costs about $30,000 a year to take out bugs and stuff like that. Now, for our marketing, we want to market towards veterinarians. So we have both, we want to get booths at the SPVS Congress as well as the CVMA conference, which is where veterinarians go to learn about new veterinary technologies. And these are the costs for the maximum amount of time that one person is allotted to be there. And then we also want to do some TV advertising, similar to like, you ever seen Ozempic commercials, something like that? So basically people can also ask their veterinarians about it and not just veterinarians telling people to get it. So overall, our projected revenue versus profit, we think that we're going to make about $500,000 within the first year.
So I'll be coming back to like show you our supporting media. So for this, we've showed you our PowerPoint, we have a website, app interface, and also a video illustration. So I'll be going first for the video to explain how our product works. Okay.
You guys are going to get my impeccable acting and voice acting skills, so prepare yourselves. Full screen it.
Welcome to the Little Lipid Monitor Company app instructional video. So you just left your local veterinarian with the new Little Lipid Monitor. The first thing you need to do is to download our company app available on both Android and iOS operating systems. Tap on the Register My Dog option. From there, you will have to answer questions about your dog's breed, age, weight, and sex. And you'll also need to type in the number code that is present on the back of the lipid monitor. After this is completed and you've registered your dog, you will have access to multiple options. The first option, My Dog, will allow you to check the cholesterol levels within your dog to see if everything is going all right. The blue bar represents the level fluctuation that occurred that day, and the orange bar represents the lowest level that occurred. This can track information for up to 1 week. You can also choose the Register Dog option again if you have multiple dogs using nipple paw or if you made a mistake during your initial registration. Lastly, there is an information tab where you can find information on multiple subjects such as what food you should give, what hyperlipidemia is, and signs of hyperlipidemia, among many other things. Now, you should have a full understanding of how the app works, so you can get back to enjoying the day with your canine companions.
To round this up, we have our website up too. So I'm just gonna go there and show you. So it's all up. You guys can like log in. You guys can like type in it's lipopod.com. You can go in. We have a blog there. We share information about the machines. We have lots of stuff there. Our app interface is also there for you to look through and see how it works, so you can register the profile of your dogs and every other thing. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. So we're going to be talking about our product, C-Check, specifically our C-Check starter kit, which Emily has kindly given us a little mini demonstration, a mini model. So our aim for our starter kit and for C-Check as our company is to provide a quick and easy way for guinea pig owners to be able to detect vitamin C deficiency. We're hoping that with our products, we will be able to detect vitamin C deficiency at least a week in advance before physical symptoms manifest, allowing for guinea pigs to have less health issues and overall discomfort. As well, we also have vitamin C supplements that we are hoping will provide temporary vitamin C supplementation while owners change out the diet or buy a new bag of food. So what is in our C-Check starter kit? First, we have the 6 silica slabs that have our DCPIP, which is our special ingredient. That's our color indicator. Then we have 2 cotton blankets, one with green check marks that goes at the bottom, and then another one that goes at the top to offer bedding and comfort. Then we also have our 1 week's worth of vitamin C tablets. And finally, we have a brochure within the kit, so the consumer knows additional information and how to use it.
All right, so getting into the science of how this works, our key ingredient that you've heard us mentioning is the DCPIP, which is the dichlorophenol indophenol, 2,6-dichlorophenol indophenol to be exact. And how this works is it works through a reducing reaction when it is exposed to ascorbic acid. And it will change from this blue to clearless color. I know in our pitch, we got the question of if we could change the color mechanism to instead of blue to clear, maybe it could go green for good. Unfortunately, we can't change the color changing mechanism, but that's why we've included this green check marked blanket so that when your gel turns clear, you should be able to see the green checks shining through. The powder is previously used in urine testing for vitamin C levels for other mammals already. And we decided to utilize the silica gel for our slabs as it is porous and will allow the urine to absorb and interact with the DCPIP within. You're going to need about 0.1 grams of DCPIP per 100 milliliters of silica gel in order for the reaction to work the way that it's meant to. And then so if this mechanism does not occur, if you do not see the blue to clear shift, then this could suggest that your guinea pig is not getting enough vitamin C in their diet and that they are deficient. At which point you would use our supplements, dissolve them in their water and replace their bag of food. And then if you do not see a further improvement after this, we recommend taking them to the vet so that the veterinarian can do blood work, x-rays to determine the extent of their deficiency and to see if there's anything else going on. In terms of the significance of our product, guinea pigs are unfortunately a mammal who cannot synthesize their own vitamin C, meaning that vitamin C deficiency is common. Also, with pet foods in general, after the bags have been opened, the quality of vitamins in the pet foods will degrade quickly, further increasing the likelihood of this deficiency. And so our product is important because the symptoms of vitamin C deficiency can be very uncomfortable and painful for guinea pigs. It can include GI upset, abdominal swelling. In severe cases, you can see development of scurvy or even fatality. And so our product will improve guinea pig welfare overall as it allows owners to catch a vitamin C deficiency before symptoms set in and treat as needed.
And then next, I just want to go over the financial breakdown of the product. So as a starter company, it is a little bit more expensive. However, we do plan to move forward and with more purchases, eventually be able to bring down the cost of the product, buying in bigger bulk, as well as potentially partnering with other companies. So to start off, the production cost for each starter kit works out to be about $47.90. So this breaks down to the silica slabs, which are produced in the factory with the silica gel and the DCPIP together. With the 6 of them, that works out to be about $38. For the 2 cotton blankets, we're looking about just under $6. The vitamin C supplements around 30 cents, and the packaging, so the box, the plastic sleeves, and the brochure paper, about $2.50. With our additional fees, we're looking at hosting our website where we will be selling our product. We will not be selling it in stores, just to save a little bit on that as well, to start off with, and consumers are responsible for paying for shipping for themselves. So we're looking at about $40 per month for our website, as well as any transaction fees that we would have for credit cards. And the retail price of our product is $95.99 per starter kit, which does seem a little bit expensive. However, we do believe that it is a well worth purchase for your guinea pig. This means that we would be left with a gross profit margin of 50.1%. So we would get $48.09 per starter kit as a profit from each. And we are estimating that with a low volume for a start, so 50 kits per month purchased, we would make a estimated annual net profit of $28,374, or a higher volume up to 200 kits per month to start. We were looking at about $114,936, and these are before taxes are taken into consideration. And then moving on to our brochure. Oh wait, I think that was there.
All right, so while our poster is mainly geared towards investors and people who want to know the science behind things, the brochure comes in our starter kit, so it's meant for the owner, for the user. So we have our logo clearly displayed, we have our catchphrase, and the price is clearly displayed on the front. But when you first open it up, you're going to be met with the what comes in your kit page. So the C-Check starter kit, as we mentioned, comes with the 6 silica slabs, the 2 blankets, and the supplements. And this details how to set them up correctly so that there's no confusion from the user, with the green check mark blanket on the bottom, the silica slabs laid over top, and then the other blanket resting on top and tucked under the side so your guinea pig can't get at the silica slabs. Then moving on to the next page, there's a little diagnosis page, which this highlights some of the concerns that we already mentioned on the poster in terms of health and what the owner should keep an eye out for. And it does, of course, recommend that if they don't see improvement in their guinea pig after supplementing and changing the food, that they should go and consult with a veterinarian.
Our next page on the brochure is the How to Check Your Piggy's Pee page, which is what most consumers are probably wondering. So each week when you go to clean their enclosure, so you remove the feces off of the top blanket, we recommend throwing that cotton blanket into the wash just to get it nice and fresh for them, preferably with a scent-free detergent. And then this is the best time to take a look at your silica slabs. So you want to take a look at them and make sure that they have changed from blue to clear, and look for those green check marks. Again, if you haven't, you know that this is the best time to give them a supplement. And you're probably also wondering when you know you should swap out your silica slabs. So we recommend swapping them out when they're mostly clear. At this point, you would change them to a new full blue slab so that you can continue accurately monitoring your guinea pig's urine output. And then following this, we have a frequently asked questions page on here with a couple of points that we've already talked about, such as the what is DCPIP, and then how do you know if I should give supplements. Just underneath this, we also have a how many supplements do I give, which is just 1 supplement per guinea pig per day, where you would open the capsule and mix it in with their water for them to drink. And then following this, we also had a little point at the top just mentioning that you should check our Instagram for more FAQs. And on the back here on our contact us page, you can see your email as well as a QR code to get to our Instagram page.
All right, so as I've seen some of you have checked out our Instagram page, this was one of our media types. We wanted to create an Instagram account so that we could expand our consumer base, give real-time feedback to our customers, provide easy and accessible communication, and is a free and easy source of media and advertisement. So this is what you see when you first go on our Instagram page. So you can see our logo at the top, and then our slogan, check your piggy's pee for vitamin C. We have an FAQ highlight that has a bunch of more common questions that customers are asking, then the brochure, and then our posts. So our initial post, we wanted to just raise awareness about vitamin C deficiency in guinea pigs, and get consumers thinking about how they can possibly solve this. And then next, we wanted to introduce ourselves to our consumers and customers, what our mission is and what our products are. So we have a little who are we, our mission, and then a list of our products that are in the starter kit. And then we have a little schematic of what exactly comes in your starter kit. Then we also included a post that highlighted some foods that are high in vitamin C that you can supplement to your guinea pig, just for transparency and to allow guinea pig owners to be able to give their guinea pigs this so that they have enough vitamin C. And then we wanted to go into the science of what our product does. So looking specifically at DCPIP, what it is, the science behind it, and how it specifically works in regards to how your guinea pig urinates. And then our final post was looking at what each item within the starter kit is meant to do, just so consumers get an idea of why exactly each item is in the starter kit. And then if you click on the highlight, our FAQ highlight on the page, this is what you see. And we have a list of a bunch of questions that have answers from us that we update regularly. And any questions that any consumer may have with real-time feedback. And that is everything. If you would like to check out our Instagram page, it is CCheck 2025.
So Sam, Angie, and I will be discussing our product, Lorade. And we made a brochure, which we passed around. We have the presentation here, and we also have a website, which you can scan the back of the brochure, and we'll also have the QR code available for you as well. So first, for a little bit of background on post-weaning diarrhea, just to refresh your memory about what we spoke about previously. So weaning is a critical challenge for swine producers as they attempt to combat common problems such as reduced feed intake, reduced growth rate, and increased instances of morbidity and mortality in their weaned pigs. So the abrupt dietary and environmental changes during this process are significant stressors that can negatively impact gut and immune health. One of the most prevalent issues that manifest in weaned pigs is post-weaning diarrhea, or PWD, where weaning stress compromises the piglet's immune system and increases their susceptibility to an E. coli infection. And this disease is characterized by severe inflammation of the gut, malabsorption of nutrients, and watery stool. All of these can lead to economic losses. So you might be wondering how big of economic losses? Well, in 2024, approximately 28 million piglets were weaned in Canada, and with approximately 54% of swine producers facing PWD, and producers facing a loss of over $7 per pig affected by PWD. This can cause up to $105 million in lost revenue for the Canadian swine industry just from PWD alone. So therefore, producers need a solution to help stop PWD. So this is where our product, which is based from lauric acid, and where it comes in. So as risks of antimicrobial resistance persist in the agriculture industry, consumers are looking for natural products, and farmers are seeking natural, nutritional, and cost-effective solutions for their production problems. So the solution we are presenting is lauric acid, which is a medium-chain fatty acid that is commonly found in plant and animal sources. Not only does this fatty acid help serve as the basis for biological membranes, but it has also been found to provide critical benefits for piglets. So when added to nursery diets as an alternative to growth promoters, lauric acid was found to upregulate glutathione transferase, which is a potent antioxidant. Additionally, lauric acid has been shown to manage bacterial, viral, fungal, and protozoal infections, especially species that are resistant to pharmaceuticals, such as Staphylococcus bacteria. Lauric acid is also able to break through those bacterial membranes and destroy their structural components. Finally, when fed to juvenile black sea bream, lauric acid was found to significantly increase growth rate and feed efficiency. So with all these benefits seen in pigs and other species, we sought to develop a product to help piglets combat PWD in the nursery period.
So that brings it to our product, Lauraid. So I'm going to be telling you a little bit about how it works to improve piglet health and overall growth performance during the weaning period. So just to begin, something you may remember from our little infographic presentation is our process, our manufacturing process. So we begin by extracting lauric acid specifically from coconut oil. And the reason that we chose coconut oil is because it's very rich in lauric acid, with about 50% of its content being lauric acid. But not only that, but it's also the most ethical and cost-effective place to extract this lauric acid from, because other lauric acid rich sources include palm oil, which we all know the palm oil problem, and black soldier fly, which can be quite costly. So once we've extracted it, we wash it with some ethanol, and then we add calcium hydroxide, which forms a white precipitate once the calcium hydroxide and the lauric acid react together, creating calcium laurate. So that precipitate is then washed with ethanol, dried out, so all that's left is our nice hard rock. Then we grind it up into a little white powder, which is our laurate, calcium laurate product. So the usability of our product. So with post-weaning disorder, there's an issue where the feed intake decreases substantially. So that's why our product is so unique and novel, where you can administer it in water. So as it can be easily added to the room water tank, calculating the dosage is not very difficult, because you can do it on the entire room, not just on a pen. So you can calculate based on pigs per room or simply pigs per water tank. So our recommended dosage is 10 grams of our laurate powder per liter of water, and it can be used as a blanket treatment, which is why you can cover the whole room, because there is no antimicrobial resistance or residue in the body from this product. So the benefits from our product include that it assists with nutrient digestion, it has antimicrobial properties, so it fights against bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protista. And as Faith mentioned earlier, it increases antioxidant capacity while also improving growth performance and overall daily gain. So this is a little bit of what our website looks like. This is our little purchasing section of the website. Feel free to scan the QR code, take a look. We'll pull it up at the end here, but it has a lot more information than we have here on our little PowerPoint.
So to provide a little bit more context to our nutritional content, looking at coconut oil, not only is it a very well-perceived consumer lipid source, but it's also very high in lauric acid. In fact, it makes up to 54% of the total fatty acid content in this lipid source. Not only that, but coconut oil is also highly digestible, found in feed formulation databases at about 90%. So when we isolate this lauric acid and saponify it, that digestibility only stands to increase. When we were looking into the retention of lauric acid, no one's done it in pigs yet, but when we looked at Muscovy ducks, for example, retention was found to have increased within the muscle content when these animals were supplemented with lauric acid. And the way this is typically done is by being isolated with a non-polar solvent, followed by stabilized using a methyl ester, and then ran through a gas chromatography-based machine, where out of all the medium chain fatty acids, it is the shortest, thus allowing it to elute the quickest at about 10 to 11 minutes. However, when we were trying to determine how to contextualize this into our study, we were unable to find a way to get a muscle sample to work, because to sacrifice a pig would essentially take it out of the swine industry and cause loss to the producers. As well, doing a biopsy would in some cases ruin the health of the muscle for future meat and also cause welfare issues.
So with that being said, we wanted to have a future direction where we could perhaps test not the tissues of the animal, but perhaps feces or blood. And so that leads us into our economics, where we're going to talk about our cost to produce the product and our cost to consumers. So just some background first. So there's roughly 1,230 weaning pigs per swine farm in Canada as of 2021. And with this being said, there's roughly 15 to 150 piglets per pen. So now in Canada, the swine industry is growing. It's one of the biggest meats in demand. So we're leaning more towards that 150 number than the 15 number. So with that in mind is how we came up with our pricing. We have 4 sizes for our product here. Here's one of our tubs for you to see, full of our beautiful powder. So our sizes start as small as 20 kilos and go as big as 1 ton. And we calculated this in mind with the $7 per pig loss that farmers can experience when they have a morbidity or mortality due to PWD. So this, for example, going from the extra large size to the small size, you only spend anywhere from 4 to 7.5 cents per pig, which is significantly less than that $7 loss. So it's an expense initially, but it covers those first 7 days, and you have no problem whatsoever kind of closing that margin. So our cost to produce. So this is just to make one quote unquote unit. And this is to make 1 kilogram. So I went through the ratios here. I know my handwriting is beautiful, sorry. So we went on a ratio from lauric acid, calcium hydroxide, and then ethanol for the washing and rinsing was included. So we did it on a 7.5 to 1 to 9 ratio. And with that being said, we had our pricing included of what is currently on the market for 2025. So for 1 ton of each of the constituents of our product, it would be respectively $1,550, $250 for coconut oil, calcium hydroxide, and ethanol. And with that ratio in mind from earlier, that brings us to $1.38 per kilogram. Oh, wait, I have one more thing to say, I forgot. So actually, no, I don't. I'll go to the brochure. So to say once again, this QR code will take you to our website, but if you all want to have a look at the brochures that are going around real quick, here we have our little QR code on the back again that you can scan if you have it as well. And on the back here, you'll notice it says our annual revenue for 2025 at around $170,622.65. So the reason that I have this number specifically is because we anticipate in the first year of our sales to have 25% of weanling swine producers in Canada with using our product to prevent PWD. And if you look inside, you can see roughly what 1 ton of our product looks like, which seems like a lot, but if you're on a farm, it makes enough sense relatively. And then we have our sizing, cost, industry problem, retention, digestibility, and a little more about our product.
So we have 30 seconds here to take the fastest look at, why am I on?
Technical difficulty doesn't count towards the time, right?
Yeah, that one's not real.
Okay.
All right. So anyways, our website is designed to be a very handy way for the farmer to look at the benefits of Lorade online, period. We're done.
All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Today our group decided to do a technology called Moonalytics. So currently within the dairy industry, manure analysis provides very valuable insights into the site and extent of digestion of fermentation of consumed feeds within the dairy industry. It can help identify potential problems within the rumen and the intestine, leading to better feed management and improved herd health. And then by evaluating manure, you can determine if cows are eating properly, if there are any imbalances within the diet. It can also be essential for sustainability goals and industry standards, which are only getting more and more tight as the years go on. So in terms of our idea, typical lab analysis of manure detects potential dietary imbalances. It uses NIRS to look at key biomarkers for imbalances in manure. And our impact, we wanted to provide real-time feedback to the producer or the sales representative to prevent long waits for lab results, inconsistencies in samples, and errors in lab readings due to samples awaiting analysis, potentially breaking down key components, etc. And then instead of waiting, we would cut out the middleman and have kind of this analysis on farm and have either the sales rep or the producer, depending on options, which we'll discuss later. And then these prediction methods within the technology would aid in monitoring and improving dairy cattle management for both production and environmental purposes.
Yeah, so our Moonalytics will be looking to analyze key nutrients imbalances and deficiencies. Vitamin and mineral deficiencies such as low vitamin A, calcium or magnesium can cause weak cows, fertility problems, and poor immunity. Imbalances in lipids, fibers, which will cause low energy, poor body conditions, and poor digestions. And on a broader scale, these imbalances impact the entire herd, increase disease rates, which drives up vet costs and fertility issues, lower reproductive efficiency, and higher mortality rate will be reducing herd longevity. So how does our machine work? So our Moonalytics will be installed in barn gutters to be the owner or the technician. So the manure comes in, goes to the separator, which separates bedding from the manure. Then analysis takes place using the NIRS for accurate reading. Then the manure will be dropped out and system will automatically flush and clean the machine. So this is a short video of how it does.
Okay. So especially in the Canadian dairy industry, which is where we will be focusing, there are a lot of different farm sizes. So we see a lot of small herds and we see a lot of very large herds. So to make this more adaptable, especially on the financial side, we wanted to recommend on-farm implementation. So actually installing the machine
for herd sizes of over 100 cows. And this is just because sometimes, especially bigger farms, the farmers are more busy and they may not be able to see kind of what's going on their herd on like a smaller level, and they may be missing these small changes in the diet that could be benefiting production. So just having the Moonalytics there 24/7 analyzing these samples, it just takes a worry away from them. So we recommend installing it for bigger farms. And then for an on-call service is kind of what we're calling, what we would recommend for our smaller farms. That would be a group of like our team members that we would hire, which would just travel with the part of the machine, either a smaller version of it or just the machine part that does the analyzing of the manure, and just do one sample on the farm for an on-call service. And this might just be easier for smaller farms because they can target just dry cows or just lactating cows, just their fresh herd. If there's something that they're noticing kind of going on and they're not really finding a solution with a nutritionist. So this also makes it a little bit more financially affordable because it can be when they need us and not the full cost of just one machine. So just based off of what's the cost of new innovative technology in the dairy industry right now, and based off of what we think some of the prices would be for the different parts of the machine, we're estimating to buy this product, it would be just over $200,000. And then to make this product, we are estimating between 150 and 175K. The installation is something that either the farmer would do themselves or we can do that as a company. That would probably be an additional price. And then what we're trying to offer for on-call would be a standard service, which may just be if the farmer wants to look at specifically just a vitamin or a mineral, specifically their lipids, specifically their fiber. We could do one of those, and that would be the cheaper end of an on-call service. And then our premium service would be if they needed to look at everything, so the full scope, the vitamins, minerals, lipids, and fiber, that would be premium, and that would be the more expensive on-call service. And then obviously, like, to incentivize farmers to buy this product, to install it, and to call us, we're just showing the payback that farmers would get from this. So obviously by manipulating nutrition, we're aiming to improve milk yield and composition, especially because in the dairy industry, milk solids are what we're paid in quota. So that would be optimizing fat, lactose, and protein in the milk. And then especially we're going to focus on fertility as well. So improving reproduction means that heifers or multi-parous cows would catch on their first service, meaning the first time that they are impregnated, they would catch on that. And that would reduce the cost of a second service or a third service, and also the cost to bring on someone to inseminate their cows. And then by overall improving herd health, we may lesser the amount of cull cows, which is cows that are sent from the herd that would result in a loss of production, and also these replacement cows and replacement heifers. So that would be a sign of improved herd health.
So based off of whole herd manure analysis examples, working for Grand Valley Fortifiers personally, manure analysis has been a very valuable tool for nutritionists for looking at early detection of health issues, looking at nutrient deficiencies, especially because GVF has a premix plant. It's really beneficial for looking at vitamin and minerals, and then looking at fiber adequacies to see how the herd health is doing based off of the manure, and then rebalancing a ration to suit what is more entailed to the actual herd. It would optimize feed efficiency. It maximizes milk yield essentially by creating healthier rumens or creating mineral homeostasis, and then monitoring cow health over time. It's been valuable, especially at Grand Valley, and then reduces early culling. You have less replacements because you have longer longevity and then better reproductive health. In terms of using fecal analysis for health and productivity within scientific papers, there was a paper that looked at vitamin and mineral balances by looking at nutrient absorptions and deficiencies. And it essentially highlighted the potential of fecal analysis in tracking mineral homeostasis. There was another article that talked about how nutrient utilization and digestibility can come from fecal analysis for dairy health and productivity. And essentially, the data was critical for optimizing feeding strategies, reducing environmental footprints, and improving the profitability and sustainability of dairy farming, both in terms of herd health and then if you were using the manure to spread in your field, using that fecal analysis to really look at how you can save money in terms of nitrogen excretion over under nitrogen, so that you're not spending more money on fertilizer or not using enough on your fields. And then another fecal analysis used by evaluating NDF output looked at looking at rumen fiber pool size, which looked at fiber digestion rates, and then fine-tuned diets based on their rumen health to improve their productivity and their longevity.
Oh, where'd my stuff go? Anyway, that's fine, I'll just say it. So Emily has talked a bunch about the benefits to producers and industry. So obviously our overall goal is to optimize herd health, longevity of cows, improve fertility. And there's scientific proof to this, that a lot of it stems from the diet. So if we can knock out that middleman, save time, we can better kind of formulate rations and take advantage of these opportunities in the industry. And then in terms of future developments, something that's really big in the dairy industry right now is automated milking systems, where the cow comes in and it's basically dispensed its own little diet, usually of a pellet. So hopefully we can integrate that with kind of the feedback we get from manipulating the diet with Moonalytics to better aim for precision nutrition, which is something that's becoming really big in the dairy industry. And then also we're hoping in the future to offer subscription packages for on-call services. So it doesn't have to be just a call every time. Maybe we go monthly to a farm. So that's something we're hoping to implement as well. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Okay, so hi everyone, we are Equigrays and we're really excited to talk to you about our service today. So we offer unique and innovative personalized forage analysis to determine vitamin E and selenium levels. Here's the link to our website, but we're going to get into that a little bit later. There's also the QR code on the brochures that we gave out that you can take a look at. Okay, so our mission statement is wellness begins here. We are dedicated to optimizing equine health and performance through precise forage and blood analysis. Our commitment to accuracy, innovation, and animal well-being ensures that every horse receives the tailored care that they deserve to peak vitality and longevity. So here's the faces behind our Equigrays. So I'm Vera Petroff and I'm a master's student. I'm Emily Garthon, I'm also a master's student. I'm Laura Brown and I'm also a master's student. Okay, so selenium and vitamin E are essential nutrients that must be obtained through the diet, which primarily forages in horses. Deficiencies in selenium in horses is a large issue in Canada due to the lack of selenium in the soil. Supplementation still often results in inadequate selenium and vitamin E levels, so it's a big issue in the industry. And symptoms that can be observed in deficiencies are reproductive issues, compromised immune system, muscle weakness or white muscle disease, and neurological issues. However, some selenium deficiencies can go unnoticed until too late because they do not present in clear clinical signs in most adult horses. It's more common in foals and they present as white muscle disease. So the recommended vitamin E levels from the National Research Council or the NRC is a minimum of 1 IU per kilogram for an adult horse. So an average horse that weighs 500 to 600 kilograms would have to take around 500 to 600 IUs per day respectively. But however, this level does increase if they are very active. So if they're a performance horse or if they're pregnant or lactating, this level will go up. And then the recommended selenium levels by the NRC is 1 milligram per day for maintenance and up to 3 milligrams for optimal immune functions for adult horses that weigh more than 400 kilograms. And determining if your horse is getting adequate levels is very personalized and depends on a lot of factors, which is why a lot of owners struggle. A forage analysis is needed as selenium levels vary depending on the geographical region. And the type of supplement is also important because some are not very good in certain types of soils. So for example, mineral blocks are inefficient in selenium deficient areas.
So now that you know a bit about the background behind the science of our product, I'm going to talk about exactly what our product is. So we offer 3 services: a blood analysis, body condition scoring, and a forage analysis. For the blood analysis, we will be looking at GPX activity, selenium, and vitamin E in the form of alpha tocopherol. GPX stands for glutathione peroxidase and is a selenium-containing antioxidant that can be used as an indicator of selenium levels. GPX activity is measured in whole blood using spectrophotometric methods. Selenium and vitamin E will be measured in serum using HPLC and mass spectrometry. Body condition will be assessed to aid in your horse's health evaluation and confirmation of nutritional deficiencies. Body condition scoring in horses ranges from 1 to 9, with 1 being severely underweight, 9 being severely obese, and 5 being ideal. And lastly, a forage analysis will be performed on either forage or pasture, and laboratory methods such as near-infrared spectrometry will be used to determine specifically selenium and vitamin E forage levels. Here's a picture of an example of a traditional forage analysis. However, we are specifically focusing on just selenium and vitamin E. Therefore, the results you will receive will have just the 2 highlighted values. This way, we're limiting costs on a full analysis of forage. Additionally, we will come to the farm to take our own forage samples using a forage probe, and we'll collect around 400 grams of a sample and ship it off to local labs such as A&L Labs. For expected results, this is what a consumer can expect to see. For either the blood analysis or forage analysis, both will consume the general information such as the horse's name, age, owner, and weight. For a blood analysis, you'll receive serum selenium levels, serum vitamin E levels, and GPX activity. Ideal ranges for these parameters are for GPX 7 to 158 units, for selenium 0.14 to 0.25 ppm, and for vitamin E 3 to 6 UGs per milliliters. Here you can see that this horse is deficient in all 3. For forage analysis, you'll receive your forage selenium levels and your forage vitamin E levels. Ideal selenium levels in forage are 0.2 to 0.5 ppm, and for vitamin E, it's 0.3 to 0.6 UGs per gram. Here you can see that both of these areas are deficient. Additionally, depending on the analysis you order, you'll get a recommendations of supplements calculated by us and the team of veterinarians.
Yeah, so in case you haven't had the chance to scan it yet, here's our QR code that takes you to our website. On the website, we have a blog for consumers and potential consumers that talks about vitamin E deficiencies and selenium deficiencies, as well as the services that we offer and general information. So there's our website. If you click on the top right, that shows you the potential results, as well as you can look at our blog post and you can book an appointment online. So then we're going to get into the economic breakdown. So for our product, the price for the blood analysis alone is $296 per per customer. That includes the cost of the analysis for selenium as well as vitamin E. It includes the cost for our time as well as a 15% profit margin. Then for the price for the forage and body condition analysis, that is $670 per customer. Once again, includes the cost of the vitamin E and selenium tests, as well as the cost of our time and a 15% profit margin. That 15% is based off of an average for veterinary businesses. 15% profit margin is considered good in Canada. And then startup costs are pretty exorbitant, especially if we are going to be getting our own machines. She mentioned the NIR and HPLC. Those machines are extremely expensive to purchase. So that includes that cost, as well as a vehicle that has lab space built into it so that we can properly handle samples. All of those things are incredibly expensive. So we might have to use outside testing, like she mentioned early on, as well as partner with vitamin companies is our current plan to get those costs down for consumers. So in turn for partnership and payment, we will then in our recommendation, supply a product that that fits that deficiency's needs from that partner. So our customer base, mainly we want to use it as a referral service. So veterinarians would have patients that are deficient in selenium or vitamin E, then they refer them to us and we go through further testing. We hope to recruit veterinarians at veterinary conferences, and we really want to hit on those veterinarians in selenium deficient areas because we already know that that forage is most likely going to be selenium deficient. We also don't want to limit this, so we also have that option for the blood analysis for general horse owners. So if you don't have a recommendation, we will come and test the blood, and then if your horse is deficient, then we can go with further testing. So future directions for Equigraze, we want to start off in Ontario and then move to other provinces that are selenium deficient, such as Quebec and Alberta, and then eventually move to other countries. Australia is extremely deficient in soil selenium. So we know that we would have an audience and a base there because those forages are most likely selenium deficient. Additionally, climate change is projected to decrease soil selenium levels because of increasing arid conditions. So as that progresses, our services like ours are going to be at increased need. And then lastly, some additional goals we have is offering more testing services depending on what our clients would like. And then maybe different memberships or plans that include more testing at a discount rate for multiple times a year, for maybe different seasons, for specialized programs such as breeding operations and competition horses. As she mentioned, they have different requirements. So thank you so much for coming to our presentation and for hearing about Equigraze. And here are some happy customers.
Also check out the Instagram that's on our brochure.
Yeah, the Instagram, Facebook, and the YouTube are all
They all work. We got everything.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, my name is Alfred, and I'm doing this presentation with
Savannah.
And
Sydney.
Okay, so over these weeks, we've been working on to develop reptile diet balancer and a custom supplement generator, which we name VitaScale. So we'll be presenting on this agenda. A little brief introduction. So reptile pets has gained a popularity in Canada with an increase of about 12.6 from 2026 to 2022. And in 2024, reptile food and supplement industry generated about 23.8 million Canadian dollar. And it is projected that it's going to increase by 8% annually. Upon all this, there's a great challenge with diets because reptiles, their diets are commonly deficient in one or more essential minerals or vitamin due to the fact that there's inaccessibility of feed ingredients. And because in the wild, they are able to go out to find their own food, but when they are kept in captive, these foodstuffs are not available for them. And due to poor husbandry practices, there's high incidence of metabolic bone disease. And to talk about the severity of this disease, Ontario OVC Teaching Hospital only reported on the severity of this disease, and they said about 84% of their clients that report in the hospital comes in with this disease. So it should tell you that it's a serious problem with pets, reptile pets. However, the available supplements on the market are one size that fits for all. This means that there's a nutritional gap for all the stages of these reptiles. So when you go in for this diet, it might be for one particular stage of this reptiles, but maybe you need it for an adult or a small one. Yeah, so I will leave the rest. I will leave the brochure to Savannah to talk about.
So this is our brochure. So our company is, of course, Scale, and we are a reptile diet balancing platform and custom supplement manufacturing company. And we strive to make health and wellness easy and convenient for reptile owners using evidence-based reptile nutrition. And this is a brief photo of what our online program would look like. And so you simply type in your pet's information and current diet, and it allows our program to instantly balance the diet with our custom supplement generator. And then so our online platform itself is free to use. So this includes the diet balancer and diet and husbandry resources. And then our custom supplement starts at $25 and it is available in 100 grams or 500 grams. It ships directly to the consumer, and we offer free shipping on orders that are $75 or more. And we offer 3 different supplement types. So we have a powder, which is intended to be dusted on top of feeder insects or fruits and vegetables, a liquid, which would be added onto their food or directly into their mouth if they permit that, or a gut loading supplement, which is intended to be fed directly to the feeder insects, which would then be fed to the reptile. And then, so we're using a third-party laboratory to manufacture our supplements, and this is basically the quality assurance standards that they follow. So they have the NASC seal, they do third-party testing, and they are NSF and CGMP certified. And then, so this is a breakdown of the vitamins and minerals that we are basing our supplements off of. And it differs based on whether they are carnivores, omnivores, or herbivores. And then this is a list of some common deficiencies. So some common ones are vitamin A in turtles and tortoises. And then vitamin D3 and calcium are the 2 main ones, which are deficient in many reptiles and is the leading cause of metabolic bone disease. And equally as important is the calcium and phosphorus ratio, which should be 1.5 to 1. And then thiamine is important in reptiles that consume raw fish. Biotin is important for reptiles that consume raw egg. And then iodine, again, is commonly deficient in turtles and tortoises. And then I just wanted to mention the importance of UVB radiation as well as heat. So just a quick summary. So the sun gives off UVB and heat, and then this reacts with cholesterol in the reptile skin to make free vitamin D3, and then heat reacts with this to make vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 is then processed in the liver and the kidneys to make the vitamin D, and then this acts as a hormone in the intestines, allowing for the absorption of dietary calcium. And so different reptile species require different levels of UVB exposure, and these are affected by the type of UVB lamps that are used and the distance of these lamps from the reptile. So most reptiles require 8 to 12 hours of UVB exposure for vitamin D3 and calcium metabolism, and our supplement will account for the length of time that the reptile is exposed to UVB. As well, we will have additional resources on UVB requirements on our website, and these graphs here are just basically showing. So this one here is showing how the distance affects the level of UVB, and then this is showing how different types of UVB lamps will differ the concentration, and then this shows at the top what type of reptiles require what strength of UVB.
Hello and welcome to the demonstration of our MSc website. I'll show you the main features using Jackson's Chameleon as an example. But first, I will click on Diet Balancer from the main menu, and I will select Jackson's Chameleons from the species dropdown. And these species have been organized by diet categories. Then I would input the following data. So their weight would be about 150 grams, their current diet, and then for the next following data from UVB exposure to species activity pattern, these values would help determine the amount of vitamin D that would be used in their custom supplement. And after inputting all of this data, then I would hit submit. The result page appears, and here you see the custom supplement premix and meal plans calculated based on the inputted data. So here we would have our vitamin D value calculated and the daily caloric requirement calculated for the species. And of course, several meal plan options with their nutrient breakdowns. So the nutrients listed in the breakdown tables are correlated to the primary supplement for Jackson's chameleon. The chameleon health formula is used as a primary supplement, and the nutrient breakdown tables show the specific nutrients included in that formula. Note that the type of nutrients in the table will differ depending on the species. The values under supplement needed, along with the calculated vitamin D amount, will be entered and used to create the supplement later. Now going into our shop, you can see all of our available products. So I can choose products either from 100 or 500 grams that allow me to select the supplement form and input the custom nutrient values. So for instance, for folic acid, I think one of the breakdowns said for 200. And then you would add your supplement to your cart. And then you would go to checkout once you finish. So back in the main menu, we have our resources tab. And this section provides links to trusted resources such as the Merrick Vet Manual and other reputable reptile care websites. The resources offer comprehensive information on reptile nutrition, care, and conservation. And that concludes our demonstration.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into the cost analysis part. So the total upfront or startup cost, which includes the registering for the business and signing a contract, would be approximately $10,300. For production costs, the total would be approximately $1,200 per year. $12,000 per year, thank you. Shipping would be paid by the consumer, except for orders that are over $75, then it would be free. For advertising, we are going to create an Instagram account and advertise our balancer and supplement website through social media. We hope to sell about 10 to 15,000 units to generate a revenue of about 500,000. So going into our future directions and expectations. So we hope to expand our diet balancer and custom supplements for different stages. So right now, our website is mainly for healthy adult reptiles. So we hope to further go into senior growth and breeding types. And then also collaborate with zoos to develop supplements for less common reptile species. And also collaborate with veterinary nutritionists to develop therapeutic supplements for pets already diagnosed with metabolic bone disease or any other common diseases. That's it.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ryan and this is Nav, and we are the AquaCare Feline Hydration Group, and we're going to be presenting our product.
For just like a quick overview about the pet industry. So in 2022, it was reported that Canadian households have at least one dog or cat, 60% of them. And that's associated with this graph over here that shows the Canadian household cat populations. So in 2020, it was around 8.1 million. And in 2024, it was close to 9 million, showing that there was a pretty significant increase in the population. And this is in parallel with an increase in retail sales of pet food. In 2024, it reached around $6.7 billion with a growth of 10% from 2019 to 2024. And this kind of shows that like it makes up a significant part of the Canadian economy, the pet industry. And so, however, the medicalization rates in Canadian cats has been increasing significantly. As you can see in 2020, it was around 58% and around nearly 62% in 2022, highlighting the need for like further improvement and optimization of nutrition and preventative care. And so that's kind of, there's something called veterinary health products or VHPs, which are low risk drugs in dosage form designed to promote and maintain health and welfare in animals. So this is companion or agriculture. And so these are regulated by Health Canada, and there's been a really like big increase in demand for these products, showing that there is an increase or interest in optimizing nutrition.
Yeah, so to talk a little bit about feline dehydration, so there is a lack of research to define water intake requirements and optimal hydration and dehydration preventative measures in cats. Cats evolutionarily are known to have a greater ability to concentrate their urine. And cats are also known to lower their water intake in response to stress and illness, which can lead to dehydration. So chronically dehydrated cats can be predisposed to various issues such as chronic kidney disease, obesity, urinary tract infections, electrolyte imbalances, metabolic disorders, and diabetes.
And so previous studies on the topic have shown that nutrient-enriched water can increase liquid consumption and dilute urine in cats, suggesting improved hydration and fluid balance. And so these products that they use these drinks that they use in the test were composed of poultry digest, potassium chlorides, whey proteins, as well as other ingredients. And so they found that further supplementation of poultry flavoring increased palatability, leading to greater water intake and improved hydration in cats. And so cooler water temperatures has also shown to increase water intake in cats, as well as an increase in dietary potassium chloride has been shown to increase urine volume and increase urine dilution, suggesting improved hydration status. And vitamin C in multiple species has been shown to like help restore antioxidant capacity and improve immune status, as it kind of converts oxidized vitamin E radicals to pre-oxidized forms. Omega-3 fatty acids, or mainly like DHA and EPA supplementation, have been shown to have various beneficial effects in dogs and cats and are important for maintaining optimal health and performance.
Yeah, so where do we come in and what is our mission? We want to introduce an innovative hydration veterinary health product for cats. We want to promote water intake and health and well-being of the animals, especially during times of stress, recovery, illness, and old age. We want to supplement cats with mineral, vitamins, and lipids while promoting hydration all in one product. And we want to maintain and promote health and welfare. And we want to also point out that this is not a therapeutic, so it's not a drug or a treatment, it's a VHP, and those are two totally different things. So you want to make sure that our product is palatable, has natural ingredients, it promotes water intake, and has key vitamins, minerals, and lipids.
So quick look at the formulation that we got so far. So the base is obviously going to be water. So we're thinking reverse osmosis, water at around 98% inclusion as kind of like a purified source. Chicken bone broth at 1.5% to improve the palatability and kind of promote the cat to actually drink it. Potassium chloride at around 0.1% as a source of potassium and chloride, as it's previously been shown to be beneficial. Fish oil spray dried, so this is to increase solubility, and it's kind of microencapsulated form at around 0.05% for a source of omega-3 fatty acids. Sodium ascorbate at 0.02% as a source of vitamin C and sodium.
So to go through a bit of our cost analysis, so revenue and income, in the first year, we hope to sell 250,000 total units. So that's throughout our singles can and our 5-pack. So just right here, we just say 120,000 single units. So 590,000 from that. And then 26,000 of our 5-pack, which is $519,000. So those are our revenue and income. So some costs and expenses that will come in the first year. So co-CEO salaries, 50,000 each. We're going to take a bit of a low salary because we want to invest a lot of the money back into the company. Ingredients and packaging, we hypothesize is going to be about $1 per can at the start. And then for production and consultation costs, about $1.4 per can. And we expect that these would go down after we start producing more. We also would need insurance, licensing and certifications, Also, we're pretty heavy on marketing and distribution. As if people don't know about our product, they're not going to buy it. And then we also have refrigerated storage units as we'll be starting the first year. We might need to store it in our own storage unit as if we don't have stores or any other place to store it. So we have a total net profit of 318,000 in the first year, and a lot of that would just be going back into the company to make it better.
All right, and our website.
This should work.
Yeah. So this is like. This is our website. This is a homepage, so it's designed to be pretty simple kind of thing. Like introduce us, introduce our product. So on the homepage, we kind of just have like what we're all about, provide a palatable source of hydration, vitamins, mineral, lipids. Because we only have one product, we really want to focus on the ingredients and like the functional benefits of it. So we have all 5 ingredients kind of front and center that I mentioned before. What it's supposed to like, the product's designed to do. The next page, we got an about us section. So this is just to provide more information to pet owners that are like curious and interested to check the website out. Why hydration is important for cats, like the importance of what it does, problems associated with dehydration, water requirements, signs of dehydration in your cats to kind of make it more interactive with pet owners so they can kind of spot these things for themselves and kind of see how it kind of works towards it. We talk about our commitment, what we kind of aim to do with our product. So, provide like a scientifically formulated supplement kind of catering to needs of cats. And yeah, that's our so this is me and Ryan, and that's the mascot, that's Tucker.
Yeah, that's my cat, that's Tucker, our mascot. Are you getting it?
We made this product for him, Yeah.
So just going into a bit of our product. So we're going to be selling in 2 formats to start off with. So we have an individual can, which is 200 milliliters. So our serving size is 100 milliliters. And this product is going to be $4.99. And then we also have a 5-pack, which is going to be $19.99. So some savings for people who want to buy in bulk, and that'll be 10 servings. We're also looking for new flavors, formulations, functional benefits, everything in the years to come. And here, where could you find our products? You could find our products online on this website. You could find us on Amazon, Chewy. Hopefully we can maybe partner with some pet stores, even maybe be endorsed by some veterinary clinics, and also maybe just be in some regular retail stores. And then lastly, we just have a simple contact us page for people if they want to get in contact with us, or yeah, just to get in contact. And I think, oh wait, how did I?
All right, so some of you guys probably got a prototype in front of you.
Yeah, I think we only have 4, but
yeah, we should have got more, but it's cool.
Yeah, of course, because we don't have a place yet, but
I didn't want to use my actual location, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, we could put our real. Yeah.
So it's supposed to be 200 milliliters, but the cans in front of you are 350. So like, don't be deceived by that. But so pretty much because we want to have it like as a veterinary health product, we have to follow a lot of certifications and guidelines in terms of the labeling. So this is kind of like a hypothetical, how it would look if we get it certified. So on the front panel, so it's the company name, obviously. We have to mention that it's a veterinary health product, the lot number for traceability, and the NN is the notification number. So we get a specific number if we're certified as a veterinary health product in Canada. On the right side, you got the active ingredients per 100 milliliter, which is the serving size. And so you kind of have to list these and show like how much is included. And so if ingredients come with cautions or warnings, you have to have them on the labeling as well, even if it's not relevant to your specific species that you're intended for. So here we have a caution of not using it in animals with bleeding disorders. And this is because of the inclusion of fish oil in the formulation. The recommended use on the left side is pretty much our marketing claims, as well as like what it's designed to do. So support hydration and electrolyte balance in cats, as well as promote nutrient and water intake during recovery or stress. And we also got our address and our phone number. They're not real. Don't go to them. Don't call them. It won't matter. And yeah, that's all we got. Thank you.
That's everything.
Okay, so we're Iron Boost Jelly producers, and we're going to present to you the iron truth and how 1 dose is not enough. So essentially, iron deficiency and anemia primarily occurs for 3 reasons in piglets. First of all, the sow only produces 1 milligram of iron in her milk per day, and the piglet's needs are 7 to 16 milligrams. And they're already at a deficit because they're only born with reserves of 35 to 50 milligrams, and this is typically used up by day 3. But there's more factors that aren't even being considered. Parity. So a normal hemoglobin levels for them are 100 to 160, but 6 to 7% of first parity are actually already deficient, and that increases in deficiency as you go up. So by the 5th parity, you can have 35% being deficient. As we increase production, increased litter size, well, they already had problems supporting the piglets that they had, so there's even more issues put onto the sow for that supply. From there, we're also breeding for larger piglets, and larger piglets have larger bodies, which mean more blood volume, which means they have more hemoglobin, which means they need more iron. So that's pretty similar with the fast growth. We're not supplying enough to meet their needs. As we move away from antibiotics, we're using more therapeutic treatments like zinc oxide in the diet. So zinc oxide in higher amounts is used to reduce diarrhea, but it competes for transporters of iron, and these piglets are often seen to have 3.4 more times anemia. And this isn't great for production because they suffer from lower weights, they have increased disease susceptibility, and increased mortality rates. So what have we done and what are we doing? They've tried adding different forms of iron to the diet, from soybean meal for the sow, but that doesn't translate and the benefits don't go to the piglets. For injections, typically 1 dose on day 3 of 200 of inorganic iron dextran is done. They have moved to 2 doses at 100 on this booster shot is on day 14. But why does the iron source matter so much? Well, inorganic is less available, and iron dextran has ferric hydroxide, which is an organic form. So the organic forms such as ferrous glycine are more bioavailable to the animal. From there, organic producers have even more limitations, such as injections and antibiotics. So what's wrong with injections? Well, there can be site reactions, and the more you give it to them, the more there's risk for infection. And on top of that, there's an iron overdose risk. So if the needle is given in the muscle tissue instead of the fat, that can give them toxicity. And also, these shots aren't made for all sizes of pigs that we get. They're only made for like the average size. And we're still seeing anemia and deficiency in these animals. So let's take a look at a study from Perry et al. It was done in Saskatchewan in collaboration with the University of Guelph. You can see deficiency and anemia across the board. And out of the 20 farms they studied, at weaning, 6.4% were anemic, 28.4% were deficient, and by 3 weeks post-weaning, that increased to 18% anemic and 43.7% are deficient. And Bushel et al. In 2019 actually studied the effect of multiple doses, and as you can see, by giving a 2nd or 3rd dose, we have increased iron and hemoglobin in the blood, as well as increased growth, and significantly, which is what producers want. So we found a solution for organic iron supplementation, which Jan will tell you all about.
So we have iron rose. This is our just as a prototype. Don't open it, you open, you buy it. You can pass around. Don't eat it, just for babies. Okay.
Very well, I think this slide. Then click dog.
Yeah. So this is our product. This is an algae-based product, just to give this jelly aspect for the piglets. We also have like organic iron and vitamin C, and as you can see in the prototype, we have like adjustable dose. You can choose which dose you can give to the piglets. And we also have like different nutrients, a different composition. We have the iron that is organic iron with amino acid chelates. We don't use an injection, as you can see, this is oral via, you can put it directly in the mouth of the piglet. We only have sustainable ingredients, and all these ingredients, they are allowed to be used in organic farms, which are the most farms that can give a second dose for piglets. Big farms, they usually don't do it. And alongside the ingredients, we have a vegetable source of glycerin, we have citric acid and rosemary extract to kind of this natural conservant. And we also have a sweetener, because piglets, they love sweet stuff. So with the smell and sweet of milk, they can taste more and they really like it. So how to use it? Just provide directly for the mouth of the piglet. And we have like a recommendation. If a piglet is small, 1.5 kilos, you can use only 5 ml. And from 1.5 to 2.5, you can use 10, 2.5 to 3.5, 15. More than that, you can have 10 milliliters. And more than that, only if necessary. If the piglet is sick, it has anemia, immunodeficiency. And something to be aware is for piglets use only. Do not eat it. It's not for human use. Do not exceed the recommended dosage. And also, if the piglet is really sick, you don't need to use it. You can just consult a veterinarian to see if you are allowed to use it on the pigs first. Keep out of the reach of children and other pets. Or shelf life is up to 12 months. If open, you don't need to freeze, you just kind of need to refrigerate it. And it has a time temperature sensitive, temperature around 15 to 25 degrees is better to conserve.
I'm going to explain a little bit about the costs. We are taking consideration the ingredients we are using and then the delivered cost. So the ingredients we're using, the cost of these ingredients are cheaper, slightly cheaper when we are compared with normal iron injections, the ingredients they have, and also the labor cost. It's cheaper because to handle our products easier for the farmers. So when you're talking about welfare and practical benefits to the farmers, it's cost-effective product because it's lower overall the cost per piglet and could bring more profitability to the farmers. It is easier to administer because this can save more time in the farms from farm staff, and then this also reduces stress for the piglets because we are avoiding some painful injections. And also this may support a more gradual uptake because also can reduce oxidative stress. And then also it's compatible with farming regulations, so then organic farms can use it because some farms, some certifications, they don't approve not normal or iron injections for use at the piglets, so they cannot use injections. So it's an option for organic farms. So then we are talking about the scientific research we did. So our amino acid chelates, some studies have shown that can improve bioavailability when compared with just dextran injections. And also we have in our ingredients citric acid and vitamin C, which can enhance our absorption. About the shelf life and stability, Aaron said that we like between 12 and 24 months. I think to be more precise, we should run some analysis and then we can know the shelf life of the product, but we are using some preservatives like citric acid and rosemary extract. And also we are using glycerol, which can prevent drying and also ensure the easy oral dosing to the piglets. And about regulatory and approvals and compliances, all the ingredients we're using, they are already proven that they are safe for piglets and use it as a feed additives. And also they comply with Europe and North American safe studies for animal nutrition. When you're talking about the risk of overdose and this safe absorption, the risk the risk of iron toxicity is lower because it's a controlled absorption, because it's an oral product, not an injection. And then there is also a reduced risk of abscess, stress, and secondary infections to the piglets. And this is our team. It's the iron tree. Yeah. And then we have a video explaining.
If you're a farmer tired of iron injections, you need to hear about our algae-based iron jelly, iron deficiency anemia. Big problem for piglets, leading to poor growth and health issues. The usual fix, iron injections. But they're stressful, labor-intensive, and often miss the mark. Enter our innovative algae-based iron jelly supplement. Made from Gracilaria ligonieriformis, it's enriched with ferrous glycinate and vitamin C, ensuring optimal iron levels. No more painful jabs, just a tasty, easy to administer jelly. And there's more. Our algae jelly isn't just about iron. It's packed with bioactive compounds that boost overall piglet health, reducing labor costs and improving welfare. Plus, it's sustainable and eco-friendly. So, if you're ready for happier, healthier piglets and a simpler, stress-free solution, make the switch to algae-based iron jelly today. Say goodbye to iron injections and hello to the jelly good life. Stay tuned, stay informed, and keep those piglets thriving. Cheers.
Wow.
Okay. That's it. That's it. We're calling it. Equigraze for the word. Yeah. It's only one scarf though in chocolate, so you have to decide who gets chocolate, who gets the scarf. Some, not a lot. Or you can all wear the scarf, like 3 people. So thank you, everyone. Fill out the feedback questionnaire and the lit review next week, and then we're done. So it's been a great semester. Thanks so much. And a round of applause for everybody.